We are live. We are live on the Pan-African Daily TV. So as you join us in this conversation, make sure you start clicking and sharing the link because today is a very important session where we want to have a focus on DRC. DRC is the bright child of Africa. Very special session today with our guests in studio already. Okay, so you guys get ready to share, invite one another, and join us as we are ready to go live now. You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tatah. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa. Good. Greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to all of you watching us on the continent and in the diaspora. As you can see, I have with me here this young, handsome gentleman, a son born and raised in the Congo. And today we wanted to focus on the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And as all of us we know, Congo has been one of the challenging factors in the world when it comes to history, politics, economics, opportunities, resources, music, dance, food, everything that we want to talk about. Congo is like the bright child of Africa. When we talk about two big giants on the continent, Africans talk about, in terms of population, in terms of resources, in terms of wealth, in terms of economic, in terms of anything. We talk about Nigeria and we talk about the Democratic Republic of Congo. But when we focus actually on the characteristics of these both countries, we're going to find out that the Democratic Republic of Congo is actually the blessed child of the continent, but it's unfortunately the most, I don't know how I want to say, the most underprivileged, marginalized, hated, looted child of the continent. And so Congo can make you dance to the sound of Fally Ipupa, Madilu, Kofi Olomide, but Congo can really make you cry when you look at the museums in Belgium and you look at the hands of the children and that was chopped off during the evil of the enemies of colonization that actually, exercise this kind can make you dance, but would definitely make you cry. This is one of the countries on the continent of Africa that everyone in the world knows if Congo is stabilized, Africa is free. There is nothing to talk or to justify about it. It's a fact. And so Congo today, to us, we've never had the privilege to talk to Congolese people what they think about their country. We've never had the chance, to actually be on one-on-one, to find out how they're doing about it, what they think about it. Because Congo is not only externally a threat to the whole world, but Congo is also internally among a threat because they're sitting on the wealthiest fruit of the mother continent. So Congo is a key aspect where we have opportunities, where we have potentials, where the world has raped and genocide and stolen and done all sort of atrocities to today. But Congo has produced one of the biggest giants of Pan-Africanism. When we talk about Patrice Lumumba, I mean, it is impossible. It is impossible for the world to just sit quiet when they hear, even in his grave, the world shivers when they hear that name. The whole world. I'm not talking about Africa only. And so Congo is a very important aspect in the development, in the civilization, in the economy, in everything we want to talk about Africa. We can never talk about Africa without talking about Congo. I mean, today, even you see the movie Wakanda, the Black Panther, and people are trying to speculate why is it located? How can we situate Wakanda? And there is no other place on the continent that you can locate Wakanda. Don't talk about Congo. Congo is the Wakanda. I mean, we've heard about Blood Diamond. We've heard about Hotel Rwanda and everything. What is it that we haven't heard about Congo? So, I mean, not even going into the statistics or just simplify Africa. You can never talk about Africa without starting with the history of Congo and ending with the success that Congo would be. So I'm so happy to have our brother here, our brother Benard Mulenda, a Congolese by origin. Because like we say on the Pan-African Daily, we tell stories from our perspective and from ourselves. Who are we? How do we see our continent? What are the potentials? What do we know about the continent? Today we talk about the Chinese, talk about the Europeans that were there now are wanting to come back again in another format. Everything. I mean Africans are already pieced up. Conflict that is between Rwanda and the Congo. What can we talk about Africa without speaking about Congo? Welcome to this conversation. We just want to know how you feel about your great country, and how you are looking at what Congo own Congo, they're taking opportunities, and we will build the Congo one. Because a developed Congo is a developed Africa. So welcome to Pan-African Day. You see? So over to you, brother. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and nice to meet you, Dr. Susan. Can you hear me?
Thank you so much. Yes, we can hear you, even though there's a lot of noise behind your stage, but it's okay. We are fine with you. So how are you doing today? Okay. We want to know about Congo. Can you tell us about yourself? What is it that we're supposed to know?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity, actually. I know you have present Congo in the different catalog of Congo, in the different dimension of Congo. You present Congo in terms of culture, when you're talking about Fali Ipupa, when you're talking about Papa Wemba, when you're talking about Werason, that is a part of Congo in terms of culture. So Congo is that country, the biggest country actually in the center of the African continent. Congo is that country. I'm just not feeling comfortable when I'm talking about Congo, what people knows. But I would like to talk about Congo, how Congo can play the real role of DRC or the Democratic Republic of Congo in Africa and in the world. Because Africa is focusing on DRC, the world is focusing on Africa. So automatically, the world is focusing in Congo. And I'm feeling like when I'm talking about Congo, I'm talking about the world. I'm talking about the solutions. I'm talking about expansions, extending of the world, of Africa, of the world in different dimensions when it comes to the culture, when it comes to the climate change solutions, when it comes to the mineral solutions, when it comes to the populations, when you look at how big is Congo, the role which Congo is supposed to, to play in the continent, to connect north and south, west and east. So that is really what Congo can do. We all know that Congo basin is the second large basin in the world of Amazonia. But how exactly Congo basin is playing its role in Africa and in the world? We all know the mineral potentiality of DRC when we are talking about cobalt, tantalite, lithium, gold, diamond. That is Congo. So we really want to see Congo growing up. I don't want to talk about, we all know the insecurity situation in the east of Congo. We know where is it coming from. We know that the world needs what is in the east part of Congo. And that is just, let me say, 10% of the mineral potential of DRC. We are just talking about tantalite. We are just talking about gold in the east part of Congo. You don't know what is in Maniema. You don't know what is in Manono. You don't know what is in Bakongo, in Equateur, in Bandundu. There are so many things. So there is no point of disturbing, making whatever which is happening in the east of Congo, when if really you want to expand DRC, if you want to expand Africa, if you want to expand the world, let's make peace everywhere in the world. Let's exchange our experience. We need everyone to come in Congo to invest. We really need sustainable investment in Congo. We know Americans investors, they can't come in Congo because everyone is like, there is a security in Congo. There is instability in Congo. There's no instability in Congo. There is a stability in a certain part of Congo. And that is not helping anyone. Not Congolese, not the region, not Africa, not the world. Let's make peace. Let everyone come and invest in DRC so that we can grow, all of us. There is no country can grow. Africa cannot grow without Congo. Eastern community cannot grow without Congo. SADC cannot grow without Congo. COMESA cannot grow without Congo. Africa cannot grow without Congo. The world cannot grow without Congo. And the only way to grow all of us is to make peace so that anyone can come and invest sustainably in Congo in terms of minerals, natural resource, in terms of climate change. We know what role exactly Congo Basin can play. And Congo can only play that role if really we are in peace. Instability of Congo is affecting African stability, African security, the world security as well. So that is just the introduction. I'm really excited to discuss and to share what Congo, what is the potentiality of DRC, what is the input of DRC in the continent and the world. Thank you.
yes, we're going to the conversation today because this topic, like I said, is a very important topic. You just said it yourself. The development world without foreign investors want to invest anywhere in the world. It has never worked without Congo. And so, yes, we need peace and stability in the northern part of Congo, which is the only minute part that has been expected. So, diasporans, we are looking forward to all of you. The fattest elephant on the continent of Africa is Congo. The biggest porcupine on the continent is Congo. We can talk about mining, dining, whining, whatever. But Congo is a problem and Congo is a solution. And the problem of Congo is just because it is so rich. So, brother, I just want to, first of all, in terms of this small talk, do you Congolese, apart from you, do the normal average Congolese understand why the world so much is cussing, why the world is fighting over him or over her? Do they have an idea? Is it taught in the schools in Congo what the potentials, the opportunities are? Do the young people in Congo who are fleeing, leaving their gold that is even just a little drop of rain, my people, when it falls in Congo, the whole streets are filled with gold. We have seen it. And the conflict in Congo is just because Congo is so rich. You know, that kind of a rich girl that everybody wants to rape, everybody wants to get for free, everybody wants to take, marry, and give it back to the parents. We cannot just talk about anything when it comes to Africa without talking about Congo. Congo in terms of person, if we talk about the Marcus Garvey, we talk about Patrice Lumumba. How can we on earth never ever? Just saw recently that the Congolese fought and died and said, bring us just the tooth. Just his tooth is enough for us to get that blessed sun back on the continent. So we can never talk about anything without Congo. But I want to get back to our guests, like I'm saying. These are the questions that the audience, the community is asking. Is really worried, like, do you, citizens of Congo, know the value of Congo?
Yeah, of course, that's the problem. That is a problem because in Congo, we are not really teaching young people what is really Congo. They don't know. When you go to school, like now, I'm actually based in Haut-Katanga, which is one of the 26 provinces of DRC, because right now we have 26. And I'm actually based in Haut-Katanga. This is a southern province. It's just about 90 kilometers to Zambian border called Kasumbalesa. And they are, our kids, they don't mind about what is other provinces of Congo. And that is really shocked me because everyone is just looking at where he is. They are just teaching about the region. Like we used to know Katanga region, Eastern region, Western region, Central region, which is Kasai, which is Katanga, which is East, which is West, which is Bandundu. And that is something which is really shocked. We don't have that feelings when we are talking about Congo. We are just talking about our region. We are just talking about our provinces, and that is something which is not good. It's like when Africans are talking about Africa, everyone is just talking about his country. That's how Rwanda is saying, like, okay, making noise, disturbing DRC is on the benefit of Rwanda. Maybe Uganda is thinking like that. Maybe Kenya can think about like, maybe Zambia can think about like, maybe Angola can think about that. Then, but when we will understand that when peace is in one country of our region, when peace is in one part of our provinces in Congo, because when you ask people, like when you're in Lubumbashi, you ask those young people, do you know what is happening in Goma? They will tell you that is east of Congo. It seems like it's not a part of Congo, and that is not good. We would like people to be really patriotic, to know that when eastern part of DRC is unstable, that is directly affecting the southern province, western province, central province, northern province. That is the key things where we have to work on, we have to focus on, to teach, first of all, Congolese that Congo is one, Africa is one, and the world is one. So we must work on the peace in any space of Congo, any space of Africa, any space of the world, so that the exchange of experience, the exchange of technology, exchange of trade, that is what the world needs. Actually, we are fighting against climate change. Climate change don't mind about what is in Iran, don't mind about what is in Afghanistan, don't mind about what is in Brazil, don't mind about what is in right now in Turkey or in Ukraine or in Russia, is affecting the world. And the solution can come from anyone, everywhere in the world. Let's talk about what's the potentiality of DRC. When we are working around the carbon, when we are working around the potentiality of Congo Basin, that is a solution for any part of the world. China, Brazil, Australia, America, and everywhere. So if there is instability, those rebels, they can be waiting or cutting timber, playing whatever they will be playing, doing whatever they can doing around the biodiversity. And that will affect all the world. So it's better we think, all of us, Congolese, Africans, human beings, let us think about the stability of the world. That is something very important. I don't want just to be focusing on DRC. DRC is a part of the world. DRC is the part of the Eastern community. DRC is the part of COMESA community. DRC is the part of SADC community. But if we cannot realize that if there is instability in the Congo, there will be instability in Eastern Party, Eastern community, SADC community, COMESA community, Africa, and the world. So that means we are not focusing, our focus is not on the same right. And that is very, very dangerous for the world, not only for Congo. So I think as we are talking, we will share so many examples in terms of what is happening with different climate change conferences. We are just coming from COP27. What was happening right there? Because of the instability of Congo. We are just coming from the French community. We knew that our president didn't go there. Our prime minister, he even refused to get the family picture of the French community. And that is something which is really affecting all the community. And that's not good. That is really affecting the development of the world. the continent and the region. Yeah.
Thank you so very much. I think it is a process that we can, if I'm the president, I'll do double that. I don't regret anything about that. I mean, I take pictures with my enemies. And they know it. That's a fact. But that's just my opinion. Right. I want to come back to the basics before we go to every other thing. What we see in the Democratic Republic of Congo, like you said, is just a symptom. It's a symptom. Now we say we want peace, we want peace. But the question is, how can you Congolese, let's start, it starts from patriotism, like you said. I don't have a problem with each country on the continent, even each region, trying to own its own. Because when you own your own, you develop your own, you fight for your own. You understand the reason why you have to hold on to. If my own house is burning, I don't put out the fire, I will not go to put my neighbor's house out when it's burning. So I start from my home. So I'm still going to come back to the fundamental question. We have a long time. We have other series to move step by step. We need to first of all define this challenge in the Congo and the Congolese, and then we take it further. Now, you made a very important, you brought a very important point, education. How can I fight for Congo when I don't even know what Congo has? I am a Congolese. How can I even fight if I don't know that I'm sitting on the wealth of the world? If I don't even understand what I have, if I don't understand why the world hates me so much, if I don't understand why my neighbors why there's always war, if I don't even, like a Congolese child, have an idea what Congo is to me as a Congolese, how can I even begin to talk about all the developmental things? So I just want us to understand that key point. And I'm sticking to the question, do we have a curriculum in Congo, in the educational system, that teaches even just about the history of Congo and Belgium? Do we have? I am very certain the answer is no. But I will have to. Do we have a conversation going on in the community in Congo about the stolen wealth of Congo, about even the artifacts of Congo that are in Western museums, and the West is making chunks and thousands of money? Before we even go to climate change, it's a political thing. If we cannot even feed ourselves as Congolese, now the issue of Congo, they bring the war, they chase the brains of Congo all around the world, and then they come back to talk about peace and talk about climate change when the brains of the owners of the wealth of Congo have been chased out strategically and intentionally just to own their wealth. How and what role do you and your organization, do you have an idea? Do you look at that as even a challenge where we can start from before we even move to other steps? Education of the Congolese about Congo. Is that even featuring on the agenda?
Yeah, I think you really mentioned something which is, that's the basic. The basic is that as Congolese, we don't know what is Congo. Our education system is not teaching people about the basic, just knowing what is Congo. Our education system is just teaching, that's the basic. Actually, when you go to other countries, what they are teaching in the basic system is the patriotism. The patriotic, that's the basic thing. What is our country? What is our culture? What do we have? How can we keep it? How can we promote it? Because you can only promote something when you know what it is. And that's what I was saying. Our church, they don't mind about what is Congo. They don't even, when you go through the program, what they are teaching, they are not even teaching what are our provinces. You can even right now ask someone who is just finishing the secondary school, ask him about the 26 provinces. Someone who wants to go to the university, he don't know the 26 provinces. He don't know about that. So how can someone who is a Congolese, who is just coming from the colleague, he wants to go to university, he don't know about the territory. It's like an American who wants to go to university and he don't know the 52 state of America. How come? How come? And that is the challenge of GRC. And that is something where we have to come back to. Actually, with the situation which is going to happen in the eastern part of Congo, now I've heard the Minister of Communication, the Minister of high school or university talking about youth who are just coming to university to go through the military initiation. For what? It's too late. Let's teach our kids patriotism from the primary school, the secondary school. Then they can grow that they know they are Congolese. What is Congo? What's the potential of Congo? What key role Congo can do? When I was mentioning about the COP27, we know what was happening in Egypt. We know our delegation where they are going out of our country, what they are doing. Instead of being in event, instead of being in the conferences, most of them, they are doing shoppings. We know, because they don't know what the world is thinking, what the world is targeting on DRC. Because most of them, they don't know what is really Congo. Most of them are those diaspora people who are just coming back to play a certain role in the politics space. They don't mind about what is in Congo. They're just making money, buying apartments in Europe, in America, and wherever. They don't mind about what Congo can be, how Congo can play really his role. So we really be focused on the basic. And the basic is, what is Congo? How Congo is important in the region, how Congo is important in the continent, how Congo is important in the world. As Congolese, we can only know that when we learn what is our country. And really, we don't know what is our country. And that's something which is really painful. When I'm listening about, when I'm talking with Americans, when I'm talking with my key partner, Honorable Dewey Boyd of Coppergel, sometimes he's even crying. He was here in Lubumbashi. We went in one school and he was just asking the basic question about cobalt. And in the secondary school, people who are just finishing the secondary school, they are going to the university, but they don't know the potential of jealousy in terms of cobalt, the key minerals, actually. And they don't know. They're going to the university, and everyone is thinking about, I want just after my secondary school, going to America, Europe, South Africa. They don't mind about what they are living in their country. We know how many Congolese engineers, they are everywhere in the world, who can transform Congo by technology, by their experience. That is something where what we really, really, really need to put, to teach, to remind. Maybe they know, but they're just ignoring. Maybe to remind every day that we need Congolese to come back. We need Africans to come back. We need anyone to play his role to grow our world, to grow Congo, to grow Africa, to grow the region. Yeah.
Thank you so very much. You know, on the Pan-African Daily, I just want to give a shout out to all the community, the family that is here. And I want to salute all of you. I see your work in the chat group. You are really, really focused on the topic. You are asking relevant questions. You are contributing a lot to this conversation because, hey, people, this topic is going to be here for a while. Because as you can see, this is just a little, just a small piece of a people sitting on the wealthiest wealth of the continent and the world and don't even have an idea. We can talk about everything. And we have leaders that head of state in big organizations like COP. We have the biggest, voices like their musicians. They have never. I still wait to hear Kofi Olomide, Fally Ipupa sing a song in honor of Patrice Lumumba. I still wait to hear them stage conscious, I'm talking about conscious concert. Apart from just, living this kind of crazy entertainment lifestyle, Congo is yet to produce this kind of which lies in their music to tell their story by themselves. But they do not do it. They just go around and do some crazy stuff and kill their bodies. It's shame. It's the biggest shame in the highest category. And so I think it's not just about the leadership. It's not just about what is education. Today we dance to Afrobeat. We dance to everything. We hear the beat. We hear how the people promote their culture. We hear how they talk about their leadership. You have a giant that fought the whole world till today. Just like the Jamaicans and the Africans in the diaspora, we're proud of the Marcus Garvey. We are proud of the Dr. Henry Clark. We are proud of Professor James Smalls. We are proud of the Malcolm X. We are proud of, that is what we are talking about. Education. Education doesn't even necessarily mean that we have to sit in the class and begin to study some kind of history. But our stories are alive till today. But we have never heard the greatest talents of Congo go on the public, even revolt and even just pay respect to this kind of voices to educate the Congolese people. Who was Patrice Lumumba? What were his values? What did he fight for? What was he killed and murdered for? We don't hear it anyway. Of course, Pan-African Daily TV, Pan-Africans everywhere on the continent, in the diaspora, at home, like Honorable Dwayne and other institutions are bringing that light. So Africans are fighting for Congo. Let's not make a mistake. Whether it is in Nigeria, it is in Zambia, or it's in Mali, it's in Liberia, it is in everywhere, or it's in Cameroon, we celebrate, we know the history of Congo more than the Congolese. And we're talking about that. but the Congolese themselves. Because I believe Congo can win the war without even asking for any other continents. If you just know, if the Congolese will know the potentials on what they're sitting on, they will fight to the last man standing up. They will not run and flee away from the country, and they will win the battle. But before they even look at our children in Congo going to look for mining, women, little children are already in those industries of mining. You can see those pictures. I don't share that kind of horrible kind of things that do not elevate us on the Pan-African Daily. I don't share it. You know, our policy on the Pan-African Daily is talking and changing the narratives by ourselves and looking for the solutions by ourselves. We don't entertain any corporation that is here to say, oh, we're bringing peace in Congo, or we're bringing development, or we're sponsoring. No. If you want that kind of a project, we don't do it. I brought you on the show because you are a Congolese. You are telling us the solutions of your people by yourself. To you, because they have put all the stories and brought to us, and that's where we are today. And this is the decade where Africans are rising up and begin to tell their stories and begin to do projects that benefit their people, their nations, their communities, their children, their villages. We are done with attending conferences, hosting shows, and all that kind of crap when we don't have anything to show off. When the children in the world are busy playing now with creating wealth, building wealth, children, not even the parents, we're still here dancing, eating, feeling, and even praising the same colonizers that came and is robbing us until today. We're still even taking monies from them and thinking that we're going to develop. So now tell us about your organization. Tell us about yourself. We can talk about Congo. We're always going to talk about Congo. One of our family in the group is saying he is 52 or 51. And ever since he was a child, he's only heard about war in Congo and the politics in Congo until this age. It has to change. It has to stop. With the biggest and the loudest voice on the Pan-African Daily TV, we condemn with the greatest power anything has to do in Congo without the Congolese sitting on the table to be able to make that decision. We are out of that. We are not even having that conversation. That's why you starting, and we are going to take that series on. We would never dance even to that music. We will not even invite those kind of artists to our event. We're going to boycott anything that has to do with them if they don't stand up to talk about the wealth of their nation, to empower their children and their generations. And they run out to France, run to Belgium, to the same people that put us in this crisis, and they are not man enough. They don't have even the guts and the audacity to pull up. They pull up millions in their concert, and they have never given a minute of silence to the people that are dying in Congo and the children. It's a shame. It's a mess. And I truly condemn it. And we will keep condemning it. And we will not even give them an attention, even a focus, because we are at war with our own very self. As if the enemy of our own development is us. As if the enemies are within, as if we are our own very destruction. So let's just keep colonizers and other people, we're talking about ourselves. I'm very thankful. I read your profile. I read your work. I read your organization. I read the battles, the projects that you are bringing out there in terms of agriculture, in terms of creating wealth, in terms of socialization, in terms of trying to even educate us about the reason why we have to preserve the Congo Basin and its nature the way it has been, so that we can benefit for our children and our children's children. So, but I know, but the audience doesn't know you. Can you just tell us in a very nutshell who you are, what your battle has been about, what your vision has been about? because I see the veins of the Patrice Lumumba flow through you. Can you help us to make us understand why we need to fight and die for Congo? Over to you. I think he's freezing. Can you unmute your... I'm so sorry. He's frozen. He needs... It is very okay for you to cry on the Pan-African Daily. I do understand. It is very okay for us to feel so uncomfortable when we address these issues. It is very okay. It is very okay. And I'm so sorry that I pulled tears out of your eyes, but we have to do that. It is no way that we can be dancing and chanting and we are this and this and this, and while we're still dining and whining on a very sweat of our ancestors that we don't even know. It is very okay. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm really sorry. It's actually raining here. It's the rain season which is started, so we have that a connection internet issue. Yeah, I'm Benard Mulenda. I'm a Congolese by nationality, born, raised in DRC. I studied here in DRC. Of course, I've worked with international organizations, African Union missions, African Development missions, United Nations missions as well. But the experience I had for what I did with those institutions gave me the that shame, as you said it, Dr. Susan, the shame about what happened. How can I change things? By initiatives. So since 2013, I started my first company called Mukoma Investment Limited, which is a logistics company. I worked with that company. I delivered so many services with mining companies here in Congo, especially with Glencore entities in Congo. I mean, Kamoto Copper and Mutanda Mining. Then when we had the health issue with the COVID-19, so the world was like stuck. And I was like, I cannot travel anymore. What solution can I put in place for Africa, for Congo, with Congolese or Africans? So that's how I started the Pan-African organization called Action for the Development of Africa. I started looking around in the world which African can join my idea to set up solutions coming from Africans, from everywhere, from diaspora, which are locally here, to think about how can we support the small-scale farmers? How can we support the small-scale artisanal miners? How can we support the small-scale African startup? How can you support the youth? Those young people who are just coming straightly from university with ideas, but they don't know where to with whom to discuss, with whom to share their ideas, where they can find support to grow their ideas. And that's how I got the inspiration to start the Pan-African organization called Action for the Development of Africa. So when you look at ADA, what it is, there is Africans from everywhere. Those who are in diaspora, when I'm talking about Stacey Hope, she's from Guyana, South America. She's based in London. But she was like, Benard, this is great idea. This is something which can grow Africans' youth initiatives. She is the general manager of Women in Mining in UK. When I look at all my brothers, Mike Longo, he's in the US, in Dallas. When I look at Paul Ponzi, he's in Dallas. When I look at David Kangamina, he's actually in Washington, DC. There was like, this is a great idea. And we really think that we must all think something. We must be on the same page to think how to develop what you have initiated, what you have started. And that's how we started ADA. So with ADA, we are trying to start to raise, to boost the development from the community which is really impacted with the industrialization investment with those mining companies. When I'm talking about mining investment, I'm talking about all those international firms, Glencore, Trafigura, whatever they are doing here. When you look at the documentary what we are sharing everywhere, we are like, how can women who are around where Glencore is working in Kamoto, where Kamo is working, where all those Chinese investments are, people can be living on such kind of poverty, such kind of situation. And we were like, how can women can be working on such kind of condition when we all know that Congo has more than 60% of deposit of cobalt, and 20% of the production of cobalt is coming from the artisanal mining. And we know that women are playing at least 6% in the blockchain of artisanal mining of only, let's just focusing on cobalt. What is the key role which cobalt is playing in the world actually? What would be the key role what cobalt will be playing in the transition energy in the world? And we all know that 60% of the artisanal mining of cobalt is coming from the women, young youth, and child labor in Congo. We know. And how can we take out, how can we improve the situation of the conditions of those women who are working in the blockchain of the cobalt, artisanal cobalt? Let's just be focused on the artisanal cobalt of lithium, of tantalite, and manganese, because those are the key minerals in the energy transition in the world. So how can we increase the conditions of those women, of those youth? How can we work on the sustainable project? We know that artisanal mining is bringing much income. Yeah, we cannot stop it, But how can we make it sustainable? How can we take a certain number of those women, those youth, to work on something else, which will be sustainable in terms of agriculture, livestock? Those are things we have to focus on. We really need to put in place a blockchain system where we are talking about we have a really transparency of the blockchain of artisanal mining of those strategic minerals. Transparency. That is a key thing. Traceability of the blockchain of those particular minerals. And that's where we are actually working with Honorable Dewey Boyd of Coppergel, because we really know that Americans automobile companies, Europeans automobile companies, if they invest in what we are trying to put in place in terms of transparency, traceability, and sustainability on the blockchain of those key strategic minerals in DRC, I'm really, 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 really sure that that will be the solution. Because whatever is coming from DRC must be traceable in a total transparency, should be sustainable, so that we know the socioeconomic impact of whatever mineral which will be coming out of DRC, that it will directly impact on the community. And when it impacts really on the community, it will impact on the local government and the national income in terms of economy. And that's how we can increase, that's how Congo can really play its role. So let me invite Africans, Congolese in diaspora, that we need you to come and play your role here in Congo. We know that sometimes information, when someone is listening about information from America about DRC, he's thinking about that there is war everywhere. Of course, there is instability at a certain part of DRC. That can only be sustainable and established and totally be finished or solved if we are bringing solution from Congo. Let me tell you one thing. Congolese who are dealing in the blockchain of gold in Ituri, they are paid much better in Kampala, in Nairobi, in Kigali. That's why they're taking gold from Congo, taking it without transparency, without traceability, going and sell it on the black market in Kampala, in Kenya, in Rwanda, because they don't have the end users who are bringing the same conditions of trade, which is based in Kenya, in Uganda, and Rwanda. But if you can only have 2 or 3 sustainable end users who can bring the same conditions of payment here in Congo, like, okay, we have a trade center of gold in Goma, in Lubumbashi, in Kinshasa, where someone can bring his gold, which is coming from Congo, and get paid on the same price, which is given from Kampala, from Nairobi, from Kigali, from Dubai. Nobody can go anymore, sell his product there. So that's how we can really fight against the insecurity which is in the region. Because most of those people who are supporting the insecurity on the region, Eastern region, they are just providing product which is coming from that insecurity to go and sell it to those trade companies on those different countries. Let me just give another example. We all know that Congo has diamond, but do you know how much our gemstones are going and be sold in the black market wherever in the world? That's the difference with Botswana. Any piece of diamond which is coming from Botswana must be polished in Botswana, tagged in Botswana. That is the add value. And that is what is needed here in Congo. And we are really working on with Honorable. Let me mention again, Honorable Dwayne Boyd. We are working on the add value of the blockchain of any gemstone which will be coming from GRC. It must be polished, tagged, and get the really value with the Kimberley code bar from Congo so that it can be sold everywhere in the world instead of what we are seeing, diamond coming from Bujimai, from Chikapa, going and be sold wherever in Dubai, in Athens, in Luxembourg, and in New York, in the black market. So that is not benefit in Congo economy, as Congo country, the local government as a province, the local entity, and the artisanal miners. So that's how you can see when someone found a small piece of diamond from Kasai, he's just looking where he can sell it in the black market. That's how we are seeing the movement of people who are coming from the mine when they get a small piece, coming to the big city, when they get 1,000, 2,000, they are like, I don't need to go back to the village. Let me just stay here, suffering here. And that's how we are seeing the movement of all those artisanal miners who are looking where they can get the artisanal site to start mining cobalt or copper. But there's a solution, even for those who don't want to go back where they are coming from. The solution is there. The solution is, how can we make the sustainability, traceability, transparency on all artisanal mining from GRC? And the solution are there. The solution is, we really need the end users to invest on what we are trying to put in place, a blockchain to guarantee the investor, to guarantee the producer. Whatever you are producing, you will know where it is going to be sold, at which value. The emphasis are what you are investing in the blockchain, you are 100% sure about where your product is coming from. So we are inviting the end users, the automobile companies for America, from Canada, from Europe. I'm talking about General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, Peugeot, whatever, Volkswagen. We are inviting you. This is the time. Please join us on what we are doing. Let's make this happen. The blockchain. Let's secure the sustainability of the source up to you who need those strategic minerals: cobalt, lithium, tantalite, manganese, nickel, diamond, whatever gemstone which is needed from DRC. It can only be happen if we join our effort together, if we work together. We are inviting anyone to come, to join and make this happen. That's how we can transform. That's how we can develop. That's how we can change life of women, youth, and take out child who are still be used on the blockchain of the artisanal mining from DRC. Let it possible if you join this effort. It's possible if you come up right now. This is the moment. That's how we can grow. That's how you can support our effort. Thank you very much.
We would have to go to the basic questions, and the dear family that is here, this is the time where you have to think in this process. The brother is just presenting a situation which could ease one of the I don't know, lucrative sectors in the industry, and we can sit here and talk about how Europe or Belgium or what underdeveloped Congo and Africa. It would just be a talk, but now we're going to deal with the interest. Now, if they are going to exploit Congo through mining and getting this cobalt, what about you? It is possible. So I want us to pipe it down to very simple, basic questions, because some of us, we are in the Pan-African Daily TV Kemet school of we know nothing, but we want to know something, and we're learning something from our own self. So I like to make it so easy. Just explain very shortly, what is the difference between, all right, let me take it from before going there. So the main industry in the Congo where we're opening the doors and the gates to our diaspora or to all Africans on the continent is mining. Am I correct? It's to mine cobalt. Just very short.
Talking about mining, that is reducing the potential of DRC. The potential is there. The mining is there. That's one thing. But agriculture is there. I haven't spoke about the potential of lands, arable lands of DRC. This is the paradise.
Yes, excuse me.
This is the paradise.
Yes, but it's too much. We cannot talk about everything. We must focus on one thing. Let us just talk today about mining, because you've been talking and calling out on the diaspora to come in that sector. But we have basic, simple questions to help Africans on the continent and in the diaspora understand how to facilitate this the topic in a very simple way that everybody can actually lay hands on. So let's focus on mining. So I want to invest in mining in Congo. What is it that I'm supposed to do? What is it that you would tell me to do? Today, I want to be in Congo next week, and I want to invest in mining. So tell me, what is it that I need to know? What is it that I need to do?
When we are talking about investing in Congo mining, it's very large because there are so many things. There are diversity of mining. When we are talking about investing in, let's say, cobalt mining, is different by investing in the blockchain or supply chain of diamond. Because for diamond, you don't need to mine.
Cobalt.
You can just open. Okay.
I want to come to Congo, get my land and mine cobalt, and then I look for my market. What am I supposed to do?
Okay, let me just focus in cobalt. For cobalt, it's easy. There is, and that is something which I really wanted to mention. Still now, in Congo, we don't know what we have in terms of deposit. And I would just like to mention one partner with whom we are actually working with, which is called Cabo Drilling from Canada. We would like to identify what is Congo reserve. Because when someone wants to invest in any mining site, he would like to know what is the deposit. Because mining is underground. We never know what is underground. And knowing what is underground needs a certain number of things. What is the drilling report? And that is something where I would like to invite people to invest in, just to come work on the drilling. As soon as we have the drilling report, that is how we can market, we can sell. Actually, we are talking about lithium with the Australian companies called AVZ. Okay, they came. I was in the delegation which received them here in Lubumbashi when they was going to drill in Manono. But when the report of the drilling came out, they discovered that the big deposit of lithium is in Manono. When you look at the life situation of the population of Manono, you can't believe where people are living on top of the big deposit of lithium. They invested on that. And that's the politics which the president is working on. We are discussing with the president's advisor right now. I'm just coming from a meeting with the president's advisor. We are trying to work on that. How can we bring on the table people who can just invest on the drilling stage to discover what is underground? Nobody can invest where he don't know what is underground, but there are those preliminary study where we know that Jacamine has those indications that we know there is a traceability of a potential of cobalt, of gold, of cobalt, or copper. That is there, but how can we really know what is underground? We need people to come and invest on that. And that is a very good investment.
Excuse me. You to be honest with you, you didn't answer anything that in the way I asked the question. So I'm sorry, we lost him. Thank you for that one. You've touched a higher step of what I wanted to. I just ask you, I want to come to Congo and I need to invest in cobalt. So what I need to know is we already were schooled that there is the industrial mining and there is the artisanal mining sector. Now, probably you need to educate us. What is the difference between industrial mining and the artisanal mining? So, and what would you advise me if I want to invest in Congo? Should I invest in industrial? Because I think that's the drilling part that you're talking about. But I'm just a simple, normal woman, and I have a family to feed and I look at Congo is rich and I know that they do cobalt and I want to invest or I want to be a part of the artisanal mining. So what am I supposed to do? What is the difference?
The easy investment is to invest in the artisanal mining, because
What is
that is not
artisanal mining?
required. Artisanal mining is where we are just using the diggers, mining, and then testing. That's where we are trying to put a sustainable and traceability cooperatives in place, where artisanal miners are mining. We are putting a what we call it a selling and buying places, okay, of the transaction, the trading of the ore minerals, okay, and they knew actually Chinese are keeping the monopoly of the artisanal mining in DRC.
How?
Why?
Why? How do they get license?
They are coming. One thing is that they are coming with cash money. We all know how Chinese are treating people without human rights respect. They don't mind about where the mineral is coming from, in which condition the mineral was mined. For them is, I have my money, this is the price I'm giving you, whatever price cobalt is or the mineral is, because they have cash money and artisanal miners, they are daily living. So they cannot wait to someone who will come with a system where, no, I'll be waiting for the mineral to reach the port of discharge, which can be Durban, Beira, Mombasa, and Dar es Salaam, so that you can get paid.
Okay.
Artisanal miners need cash money. So that's where.
So wait. Sorry for intervention, because we're getting on point, but I want us to follow it systematically. So now I have cash. And I'm coming to Congo to invest in cobalt. And the sector is artisanal because that's private. I just go dig my thing and sell in the black market. So am I allowed? I'm a diaspora. I come to Congo. Do I need a license? How do I get access to the artisanal? Are there some rules? I have the money. Yes, I have the money.
The rules is there. That's why we are talking. That's why I'm talking about a blockchain, which is secure the investor, which is secure the miners. So that means you are putting your money in a sustainable, in the blockchain services, where you know where is the mining, what is coming from there, what is the price on the LME prices, what is the risk, and that is something which has been covered by a cooperative. And that's where ADA, Action for the Development of Africa, with Valor Africa is coming to secure the investors, to secure the artisanal miners. So we can secure where you are putting your money, we can secure where the mineral of artisanal miners is going. So we will be playing in partnership with the government. You don't need really as a diaspora to come and open your company here. No, you can just invest. You can be partner with a local entity like ADA, like Valor Africa. We can help you to be playing in between where the mining is coming from, where is it going. So there will be that transparency and traceability. Because that's why I was just mentioning about Chinese investment. When Chinese are bringing their money, they are just like, they are giving their price. They don't mind what's cobalt pricing. No. If when an artisanal mining is coming with his product after the all-day work, by the end of the day, 18 hours after waking, he's coming with his product, and the Chinese can say that this is low grade, it's 1%. Even if it's 5%, he's the one who's bringing his testing machinery. He's the one who is deciding what is the purity of the material. So, and he's the one who has the money. He can say it's 2% when it's 7%. He can say the 2% I'm giving you $1 per ton. After 12 hours of work, what can be the reaction of the digger? He will be like, let me just get this $1. I go and buy bread for my kids. And I will look for $1 or $2 tomorrow. And that's what we are fighting on. We would like when a digger is coming with a product, we are looking at the LME prices. What is the LME prices? What is the grade of the minerals? Then we calculate with him. Then we pay him on what is a really LME price. We have to combat this monotony, this Chinese system. On the Chinese system in the artisanal mining of people here in Congo, it's really, really, really critical. And that is something where we really need people who can come up. And that's what we are really working actually with Honorable the way. Let me mention again with cabo drilling, John Vessel, trying to see how we can be supplying artisanal mining, especially cobalt, to automobile companies in America, Europe, and Canada. That will be sustainable, traceable, and see how we can increase the conditions of those artisanal mining, especially of cobalt in Congo.
All right. I still miss something though, but I do understand that the idea is not just to go like an individual, you buy land and start mining. The idea is actually to build a blockchain. But the Chinese doesn't do that. They just bring their money. They get access to the land. I still was at the level to understand when the Chinese come.
They are not.
Wait, brother Mulenda. I understand your point. We'll get to your point, but the audience, the community, you're talking. I'm putting myself in the position of the audience, just to first of all understand the process. Now, when we understand the process, then now we can elevate it to the level. What you're saying now is a business meeting that will talk. That this process that you're educating us is a process that we'll set up at least those that are interested, and we do an event on Zoom or whatever platform with them, and then we can talk on this process of this is the way we want to go. But I'm just asking basic, simple questions that an African will sit somewhere, take it in at the point of that all of us are novice. We know nothing. We just hear minerals, we hear diamonds, we hear people go, we hear Econ. How did Econ invest in the mining in the Congo? You know, these are basic examples that we just want to know. Simple procedures. We've never been in a mining. We don't know what a mining is. We don't know, do we need a license? I am not a Congolese. I'm coming to Congo to invest. Do I need a partner? You've already answered that. Do I need documentation? Do I need to sign some contracts? What are these contracts about? Do I just get a piece of land and they tell me, here you can start mining? Is it allowed? That I just, or
no,
the people mining on the ground, they already have the countries, the company. You see, just educate us like I know nothing.
Especially the artisanal is only for Congolese companies, Congolese
Correct.
cooperatives. Yeah. So even when Chinese are coming here, they are working with Congolese cooperatives.
Correct.
But the only one thing where we want to make the difference between what Chinese are doing with those Congolese cooperatives is to increase or to really give chance to those diggers to benefit on what they are working on. When we look at actually the price of cobalt on the LME price and what diggers are getting, you will understand that there is a very big margin, and that margin is between brokers. Brokers, they are not Congolese. Most of them, they are Chinese and those multinational. When I'm talking about multinational, I can mention a certain number of companies. Sometimes Glencore is there, sometimes Trafigura is there, sometimes those Chinese multinational group are there. And that is what the president Tshisekedi want to change. He would like to change this system where brokers are making money behind of diggers' work. So that's where the government has put in place a new company called Entreprise Générale de Cobalt, which will be buying all the product, especially copper and cobalt, coming from the artisanal mining, process it and resell it. When you are coming up the resell, so that means after reselling, the artisanal miners can get a certain percent of the offshore or after selling pricing, after processing pricing. That is how we can increase the situation, the socioeconomic situation of the artisanal mining. And that is a key role where the traceability, the transparency, and the blockchain has to play his role. So that's why we are inviting people to come and work on the blockchain system where we know which product is coming from which site, which was drilled by these artisanal miners, after it was being processed by Entreprise Générale de Cobalt and being sold to this company as an end user, either in America, in Canada, in Europe, in Japan, in Korea, in China, at this price. And this is the outcome of the end trading system, which can impact on the community, to the diggers' families, to the local government and the economy of the country.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so very much on that. I want a concession in this sector. So who gives me the concession? You're talking about companies. Who owns these companies? Are they foreign companies? Are they Congolese-owned companies like ADA? If I want to come through ADA, how do I get a concession?
Oh, if you want to come, when we are talking, let's make just a difference. When we are talking about artisanal mining, you can only be partner to a Congolese cooperative, which can be ADA cooperative, ADA cooperative, or Valera Africa cooperative, or so many others. Because that is exclusively to Congolese entities. you can only be partner to a Congolese cooperative. That's one thing. If you want to get a mining concession, okay, that means you are a foreign company and you want to invest. Getting a mining site, there is a direction which is a department which is called actually cadastre minier. So that's where all the mine sites are designed. They have an idea of what is on which site. Are you looking for cobalt? Okay, we have an idea of cobalt on this site, which is, it can be an exploitation permit, a research permit, but with an idea of what mineral probably can be there. So that's where I was talking about the drilling investment. They will give you an idea that, okay, there is cobalt, there is copper, there is tantalite. But how
So how
can
do I
you
get?
know?
I don't need to
How
know.
can
I
you
don't need
know?
to know.
Yeah.
I don't need to, it is drilled or what. Those are information. I have my money. I come to Congo. I meet Ada, and I said I want to be an industrial miner. So what will you tell me? I don't need to know. Yes,
You want?
that's when we sign the contract or we get into competition, you tell me about all that.
Okay, you have your money, you want cobalt, okay? You are welcome. There are some sites with the drilling reports ready. And
Yes.
those drilling reports are there, belong to Jacamine. Jacamine, which is the government company, which is holding the all cobalt and copper mining in Congo. So they are there. Ada and Valer Africa can just help you to come in, help you to get appointment, discuss and invest your money through what it has been done, because there is a confidentiality agreement which is supposed to be signed so that you get access to the drilling reports. And I know people who are listening about what I'm talking, they know the process. That's okay. There is the confidential agreement which is supposed to be done so that you get access to a certain number of information when it comes to the drilling report and the deposit. They know when we are talking about mining, when we are talking about petrol and oil, they know how it works actually.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So how much money is there a minimum amount, or you can say no, just come with your $1,000, you can already get a concession? Is it a minimum amount of investment?
No, you cannot talk about investment when you are talking about cobalt, when you are talking about copper, talking about, no. Only a borehole of a drilling of one borehole, when it comes to, when it go up to 300, no, let's say 250 meters, it's about 500 to 600,000 US dollars. That's the drilling of one borehole. So when we are talking about the copper and cobalt mining concession or site, we are talking about maybe 50 or 100 square meters. How many boreholes are supposed to be done over there? So people
how much is
who want really to invest, we are talking about a minimum of 500,000
US dollars.
US dollars per borehole. Yeah. So it depends. A mine,
For how
a mine
long?
site is
Wait, for how long? Forever?
200, no, 250 meters. That's one borehole. And the mining site is always been drilled. So that's how we are discovering where is the mine site going. Let me just give an example. When Kamoa Copper started, they started at Kamoa. But after making drillings, they discovered that Kakula was easily productive and cheaper. So they started production at Kakula site, and Kakula site is actually financing Kamoa site. But when they started drilling, they started at Kamoa. So people who are in the mining, they can understand what I'm talking about. So the life of the mine is always drilling. Always they must be drilling so that they can discover how the mine is going, how they can orient the exploitation to get easily or less investment in terms of exploitation. Yeah.
Okay. There's a question. How do we invest in women artisanal mining cooperative? I want to invest like an artisanal cooperative for women, which will create jobs for women and for youth and for children. You know, yes, like a diaspora. We, the senior executive on the Pan-African Daily, want to invest in artisanal mining for women and youths of Congo. So what will you tell us?
Perfect. Perfect. That is easy and simple. And that's what we are trying. We are actually discussing with the governor of Lualaba, Madam Fifi Masuka. Just greeting him. I hope she will view the video which is going through. That is easy because we would like just their mining sites, which is supposed to be given by the local government to artisanal mining, and which is needed at the moment are equipment just to open the pit so that artisanal miners can work in security. Just machinery, excavators, dozers, dump truckers, just to open the mine and allow women to work on security so that they can be mining from there. And we are actually working on that. I have already an idea with which equipment is really needed to be put in place to help women to work in security, in transparency and sustainability on the site. Sites are there. So we can just be opening and allow women, youth, and diggers to work in security. So when I look at the amount of the open mine cost is targeting something around 1 million to 1.5 million to open. So that can really allow women to open and youth to work in security and traceability. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know, I'm just looking at some questions, and I hear which women groups he is working with and that our audience can invest in now. Do you have women cooperative groups that you're working in, and African Daily TV as an investor with all my families here, we can
Of course, ADA is a cooperative. We have a certain number of women So when you go through the documentary where we shared with you, you can see a certain number of women who are actually working. And that's what I'm telling you, that we are under discussion with the governor of Lualaba province. She's a woman, Mama Fifi Masuka. She's a hard worker. And we would really like to have an investor who can invest in just an open mind and allow women to work through other cooperative to that mining site. So that will be the first mining which will put the sustainable, traceable, and transparency system or blockchain of the cooperative of cobalt and copper in DRC. Whatever which has been tried has never been succeeded because Chinese are still controlling the system. And ADA would like to put in place a first mine which will secure, assure the transparency, security, and trustability of the mining sector. And especially where women will work, youth will work, and grow or improve their socio-economic life, actually.
Yeah, you talked about, in that sector, what they need is to invest in the machinery and so as to create jobs in the sectors for our youth and our women. Of course, I would never allow any of my queens to go and work in the construction or anything like that. We're putting our money there, all of us, and we want to see the top positions of management and how the finances are being managed in that area by our women, because that's what women are good at. They don't take bribe, they don't steal, they don't embezzle, and we're very, very confident on the Pan-African Daily that is a project we can look into. We can talk to others about. But who does the construction, as a matter of fact, and who do we see? And because we don't, like I said, we're a conscious community. We're building. If we want to do this, we're building the community of our people there. In terms of education, in terms of how we can take our children out of this kind of risky minings that we're seeing there, women dying, children dying, they've been abused, and in these mining fields. That's not our objective on the Pan-African Daily. When we say we want to invest in a sector where we want to build a women corporation, and we put skills and technology and education there for our youth and our women. But who does the construction, as a matter of fact? That's the procedure. How do you ensure us that, yes, we're bringing this 1 million to be a part of the corporation, and you guarantee us, what do we get? Bring machines and people steal it and the money is embezzled, and that give me a guarantee.
Yeah, that's very, very simple. I think I mentioned the fact that one of our board member, she's called Stacy Hope. Stacy Hope, she's the managing director of Women in Mining in UK.
Is she African?
Part of our board. She's African, but from Guyana, South America, actually. But we have, when you look at our presentation, we have Lauren Charinda. She's our operation and strategic manager. We have women are there, and especially with ADA, 7% of the team are women. So our perspective is to bring on top women on board. We want to bring on top women who will handle the sustainability and the operations of whatever we are doing. So
Absolutely.
women's are there. Yeah, women's are there. And our main cases is how can we improve the life conditions of women in the mining sector. And when we are talking about increasing the women situation or lives of in the mining sector, we are really targeting and focusing on women. So women are playing the key role on whatever we are doing. ADA is really including minimum 70% of women in his administration. Yeah.
Yes. 70% of that, that's too less. I mean, I will not go for a deal like that. But the idea, to be honest with you, we can talk about the modalities and the communication. You see, this idea of we want to protect the safety of the women. Of course, as a matter of fact, we should protect the safety of all that are working in Congo and the Congolese. But us as women, we want to own the mining rights of Congo as a developmental tool to set Congo free. We're not just coming to just buy a hole and then just also exploit and go into those political parameters of Congo. No. If I'm coming to Congo with my women, we are coming to take over Congo and the mining of cobalt. So let's make this very clear. It's not today, it's not tomorrow, but that's the vision that we have. It's about owning and controlling, and then we can decide how do we want to protect ourselves and that. We're not into that political discourse. We have to protect women as if we are the weaker sex, that people need to always protect us. No, nobody has to protect us. We know how to protect ourselves so well, but we want to get the battle in the Congo. The Amazons are taking over that. Are we clear on that?
We are clear, perfect here. And I think it's easy, it's simple, because ADA is giving the control of the operations of the artisanal mining cooperative to women. So if you want to come, you want to operate get the total control of the operation of the ADA and Valor Africa is cooperatives. As a women are under control of whatever is on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the new thing. We have to put our eyes and focus on where our wealth, where our minerals. And I think the diaspora is fully in accord if I make such open statements on our behalf, because that's actually the Africa, that's the Congo that we're building. Like we're talking about the access to wealth. It is not impossible. I don't see anything that is impossible. The only thing that I know is we have never been open to this kind of information. We've been talking about everything, but not focused on investment, not focused on what the collective in our own role, focusing in only the Congo that we want and to develop the Congo that we want to see. So we can always talk about, plastic solutions. How are we getting peace in Congo? Something that we know that will never work. This, for me, these are just powerless statements and keywords that doesn't make any sense, has never made any sense for a while. And we are always being distracted, put in this kind of a belief, we need to first of all have peace in the Congo. Who tells you that? The world is just going around chopping money and doing business, and nobody's talking about, and when it comes to peace, they bundle it and bring it and give you that as a key word for Africa, and you begin to fight and rumble on it as if peace is just a word. No, peace is the most expensive investment to talk about, the least. Is the most expensive product of investment. And that's why they have to constantly keep the wars, so that in the name of the godfathers of peace and religion that will come and and chill our brains and put us to sleep while they are mining and whining and dining, and we're there preaching and sleeping in the cathedrals and talking about peace. So no, we don't want to go in that rioting. We want the Congolese citizens to be awoke, and to begin to understand that we need to build the Congo that we want. You already said it. We don't build Congo, we don't build Africa. We don't build Congo, we don't even build humanity as a world. But now the mothers that we've watched and seen all this, the youth, the women, the Congolese people, the Africans, because do you know, and you know, that even the Berlin Conference 1884, 1885 was not to partition Africa. The agenda of that conference was the Treaty of Congo. The agenda of the Berlin Conference was the Treaty of Congo. And when they call it Berlin Conference, was where they met. But the focus point of the agenda was the Treaty of Congo. So we all do know this, that if we are not going to sit and talk about the Treaty of Congo, even if we are meeting in Rwanda, or we're meeting in Burundi, or we're meeting in Cameroon, or meeting in the diaspora in the Caribbean or in Antigua, and to put a topic on that, we're just going to come here and rumble and just talk about some things that don't benefit, and we just go no. So we are grateful you came. We're grateful about your session, your conversation, but we want to know how we are building a cooperative to take control on our mining rights. Because once we take that, like working with Ada, then we can begin to understand and set the dynamics, how we want to play the key role in the developmental sector of mining, creating jobs. How do we take care of ourselves? How do we protect our citizens from brain drain? How do we take care of the things that we're supposed to do? Not just any woman we're walking in with. We don't know her objective, her vision, her mission, whether it's just to make so much money for herself. And we begin to know we are coming in as Africans. We have the right of the ownership of the Congo, and we want to play our role, how we can develop the Congo, the community, our people, and ourselves, for us, from us. You have one last word, or you want to conclude? What is the way forward? We want to really appreciate your time. I know you are a new guest, and you look at the family. The family here is a very aggressive family in terms of, if we don't get facts straight, no, we don't even share in that communication. And so if don't feel embarrassed, we're welcoming you into the family, and that's how we want to, first of all, just sniff you, like smell you around. Who is this? Where are you coming from? Who are you working with? Are you going to bring us some neo-colonial people here and begin to tell us some stories that we don't know? So we just like testing the waters and know you, get to understand if we integrate or we don't integrate. We're not the kind of platforms you just come, cook, sell to us, and we just buy. No. So I'm so happy. If we were a little bit kind of hard or try to push some things, it's just a welcome for you on the Pan-African Daily. And yes, we thank the chatters, we thank the questions, we thank Honorable Dwayne for putting this us in contact with you. We appreciate your efforts, your works that you are doing with Ada, and like a Pan-African movement. That's even the more reason that you can speak on our platforms. Without that access, without that mentality, without that culture of a one Africa for Africans at home and abroad, we will not even be having this conversation in the first place. So really, we thank your effort, and we're willing to work with you. When I say we, it's the African diaspora at home and abroad, to support your initiative. But we need to do the checks and balance of who you are, your organization, your spirit. What is your objective? What is your intention? How can we work with you? We have to get a common focal point. We have to be on the same level, not to be like the Chinese again in a black collar, coming to exploit our people, make some kind of money with some kind of crazy people we don't even know, and then everyone is just flying. No, that's not the Africa. We are going black to Africa means we are coming for us. It's not about who does what, who gets what, who is profiting from what, who has a 1 million. 1 million is a peanut. Do you look at us sitting here in the diaspora as if we lack 1 million? Do you know a price per income that they put on our heads here to debate and put us in the world market? That 1 million is just nothing, but the objective, the vision, the mission, the purpose, the intentions of why we need to work with Ada, why we need to collaborate. We have to get that checks and balances correct before we now drink water and mind our African business. So can you just conclude and round up, and we'll be getting we'll be getting back to you on how we move forward. Thank you. Over to you.
Conclude after your talk, because you are like in my mind. I want just to tell everyone that it is an amazing time which we pass with you guys. And when I was laughing, I was just reading the message from the president, Felix Tshisekedi, his advisor, telling me that they are watching us. And we have the support, especially from the president himself. He would like to conduct whatever investments which will be coming to support the work of women, especially on the blockchain of cobalt artisanal mining. So right now, I have to work with the president, his advisor, to come up with how the president would like to welcome any investment which is coming to support women who are involved in the artisanal mining of cobalt. So for me, it's really it's out. I couldn't imagine that this opportunity could be given to me today, and I really appreciate. I like it. Yeah. So I will come up. I will share with you the proposal, the concept notes, with how we can move on. And anytime when you want to discuss with me, I'm available. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. And please do convey our regards on to His Excellency. I mean, we see his work, we see his Pan-African spirit, and even the more reason why we trust and think that he could be the change that the people of Congo and Africa in general need is when he came and honored our great ancestor, Patrice Lumumba, and even put up a plan for his remains to be brought back to the Congo. For me, that's how I go into examine or to appreciate my leaders from their works, from their initiatives that they do. Because if we don't appreciate our ancestors, our predecessors, one another, if we don't respect them, we can never lead. There's no way. So that accent that he put out there, he reached out there, was a very strategic and a very noble cause, even though COVID had to intervene with that, because Pan-African Daily, and I'm really proud to say it was invited spatially from Professor Theophile Obenga to be a part of that ceremony, because I insisted that our voices, the diaspora, matters so much in the development of the Congo. And I'm very happy I was considered, but they had to cancel it because of those COVID regulations at that time. But now, just convey our regards that we are ready, we are available, we are rich. We don't only have the money, we have the skills, we have the know-how, we have the manpower. Okay, and we are not coming like other investors just to harvest and run. No, we are coming to build the Congo, the Africa that we want. So we look upon any kind of invitation, any kind of support that he will need us to support and to be a part of that process. We are very, very grateful and honored to support his work. And he gives us the potential and the opportunity to be of service in this domain in the Congo. It's been a lot. Everyone talking about Congo, but apart from us, it has been too much. The whole world we read, even histories that are not even being written by us about the Congo. So it is time. Tell His Excellency we are ready. And we are thankful and grateful for his work and the opportunity and the chance. And that he should know that we already are in Congo through the Pan-African University and the big work of Professor Theophile Obenga. So we are already there. We just need to be invited to the table and we will look at what we can do together. So I thank you so very much for honoring this invitation, for looking at the possibility, and you are the mouthpiece that we are going to put out there, and our eyes are everywhere. So it's not a matter of anything. We are saying that it is by love or by force, and we're fighting to win. We're not just coming, like I said, like bringing money and just doing it. No, it is a solution by us to us, and we need to be given a place at the table to make those really sustainable decisions. So thank you so very much, brother. And we want to shout out to our Honorable Dwayne again for making this happen. I know you're right here with your whole staff. And Honorable Dwayne is the son. His heart bleeds for Congo. Bleeds for Congo. He's a born, raised diaspora, but I've never seen a brother. I've never seen a son of Africa that does everything possible, particularly in the Congo, that has set his feet there and is not movable until Congo would be developed according to the model that fits in the diaspora. So we want to give you a shout out, Brother Dwayne, and I will be getting you to throw more light, from your perspective on how we can move forward to work with Ada and our brother and your corporations out here. So thank you so very much. We love you out there, and I agree to it. Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye. Cheers.
Bye.
So yes, people, I thank you so very much for being a part of this initiative and a part of this conversation. And you do know what we say is what is happening and what is coming to happen. We know, we believe in our strength, in our greatness. It is our time. We just know that. And we're stepping up to say, yes, we are taking responsibility. We're not just accusing. We're not just criticizing. We're not just going back to 1885. We're not just going back to the Leopolds of the Congo. They are all gone. Their new generation and their ancestors and their continuations are still here, and all their eyes are still focused on the big son and great mother of the continent, Congo. So what are we doing about it? Just sitting and just blah, blah, and talk and criticize and do nothing? The table is now being set, as you said, as you heard it. And now it's all up to us to women up, because I stopped saying man up long ago, to women up. And all of us know we are the females. Whether you are in a male, in a male version, we have to man up, because we have our young executives that are going to be so active on this process in Congo. We don't even need any access or any person to direct us, because we all own it. We are all Congolese. There's no way we can run about that. Congo is bleeding at the expense of others apart from us, the Africans. And while we are here cleaning the streets and gathering the crumbs, nobody stops you today, Africa. Nobody stops you today from being a part of the decision to build the Africa that we want. It all takes you, your courage, and refrain from your fear. Man up and woman up yourself, and let us sit at the table and make the decisions to build the Congo that we want to see, to build the Africa that we want to see. I want to thank you so very much. I see my queens are already here and they're giving me thumbs up. Sherry, thank you so much. Zenobia, thank you. Grace is just back and being so active. I also said Desire was here, and all our kings, NS, Leo, right? All of you are here. And that's the spirit that we're taking over. We're not just talking and not just sitting behind. So imagine an invitation is going to come for us to sit and talk to the delegations, to the leadership of the Congo. So make sure you're ready at every time. I already told you, get your passport ready, because most of us don't even own passport. All right. So let's just do the basic thing, the basic stuff that we need to elevate to that point. So we'll be the one getting that in action. I want to thank you. We're going to be having our congregational session at the 5th edition of the Pan-African Daily TV. We call it Church Intentionally with the Gospel according to Yeshua Maponga III. And it's all about Congo. It's all about how we take responsibility to play our individual roles. So please make it a day tomorrow. You know how it goes, and be a part of the fifth edition. And you cannot imagine how much we are rising. So when Congo rises, yes, Frutalis, the rest of Africa arise. But it's not only Congo. When you, the African, arise, Africa arise. It is a decision that you and me have to make. Congo is just a space, but it's the brains and the people of the Congo and us. They have to return. And that responsibility and a duty, why we're called and chosen at this time and space to be that. So yes, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, family. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're drinking water and minding your African business. I want to also thank you, Kofi, even though you dashed in so late, but you were here. Nat Turner, thank you so very much. Yes, for joining. Isioma, Ama, I saw you when you crept in and just greeting and welcoming everybody. And all of you that came through the back doors because you were late on this family meeting today. I saw you. I saw Apple F4. You just coming. Ayoka F4. You're just coming. Johnson, I saw when Johnny Johnson. I saw all of you when you came in. Even our brother, right, when they came in. So please always make it on time. Because when you come in late and you start asking questions, who is this brother? What's the topic? Is it a political topic and stuff like that? All we can only say, you have to rewatch the broadcast again. Take your time, note down that we are now a part of the mining and the wining and the dining of the Congo. Okay? So thank you so very much. Thank you for your support and your contribution. Make sure you're sharing, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're inviting everyone on board. And make sure when we start, you are part of the family, to take your responsibility, to communicate, to share, to click, to like, to moderate the chat in the group. So I thank you so very much. Tomorrow, same time, when we go live. So bye. Good day and good night to you. Bye-bye. You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tatah. The Africa we want. Unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.